There was once a man named Dev who lived in the shadow of his own regrets. Every morning he would wake before dawn, not to admire the sunrise, but to avoid the silence that haunted him. He had achieved success, wealth, and a reputation for being clever, but deep down he knew he had built his tower on sand. Years ago, Dev had betrayed his best friend in business. What had started as a partnership ended with greed. Dev took more than his share, pushing his friend into ruin. He told himself it was only business, that everyone did it, that he had no choice. But the face of his friend the day he walked away, broken, betrayed, and silent, followed him every night like a ghost. The city celebrated him as a man of power, but inside he felt hollow. No matter how many accolades he earned, he felt as if he carried a heavy mirror he dared not look into. Whenever he caught his reflection in glass or water, he looked away quickly, afraid of what he might see. One evening, restless and weary, Dev wandered the old quarter of the city, where narrow alleys twisted like forgotten thoughts. There he saw a dimly lit workshop with an open door. Inside, an elderly glassmaker was polishing a mirror. The glow of the lantern flickered across the polished surface, making it shimmer like a pool of still water. Without knowing why, Dev stepped inside. The glassmaker looked up, smiled faintly, and said, "You look as though you carry a heavy mirror but are afraid to see what it reflects." Dev froze. How could this old man know? He wanted to leave, but curiosity anchored his feet. "I do not want to see myself," Dev admitted finally. "The truth will break me." The old glassmaker chuckled softly. "Truth does not break a man. It is the lies he tells himself that shatter him." Dev's throat tightened. He felt exposed, as though the mirror in the room had already shown the old man everything. "Sit," said the glassmaker, pointing to a stool. "I will show you something." Reluctantly, Dev obeyed. The glassmaker brought a rough, unpolished piece of glass and placed it before him. "Look." Dev peered into it. The surface was cloudy, distorted. His face looked twisted, ugly, blurred. "This is how most men see themselves," said the glassmaker. "Covered in dust and distortion, they think their ugliness is permanent, when all that is required is patience and polishing." He took a cloth and began slowly polishing the glass. With every stroke, the reflection grew clearer. After a while, Dev could see his face, sharp and unhidden. But instead of relief, he felt a pang of shame. He saw not only his face, but the weight of his guilt reflected in his eyes. "Do you see?" the glassmaker asked gently. "You fear the mirror because you believe it will condemn you, but the mirror does not judge, it only shows. The judgment comes from within you." Dev's chest ached. "What am I supposed to do with what I see?" The old man smiled. "You do not fear the mirror. You fear the chance to begin again." Those words clung to Dev like a hook. He left the workshop that night, but carried the thought with him. Could he really begin again? Was it too late? Could the past be cleansed, or would it always haunt him like a shadow? For days he wrestled with the thought, and then one evening he found himself at the door of his old friend. His hand trembled as he knocked. When the door opened, his friend stood there, older, worn, his eyes tired, but still alive. Dev fell to his knees. "I have lived in the shadow of my betrayal all these years. I stole from you, and I cannot undo that. But if there is any way to repair even a fragment of what I broke, let me." The silence was long, heavy. Then his friend spoke. "I lost much because of you, but I lost more carrying hatred in my heart. If you are ready to change, then let the past become a lesson, not a prison." Tears blurred Dev's eyes. For the first time in years, he felt the weight of the mirror lifting, not because his past was erased, but because he had faced it. Listener, this is where I must pause and turn to you. How many mirrors do you avoid in your own life? How many truths do you turn from, fearing they will break you? But remember, the mirror does not judge, it reflects. And it is not too late to polish the glass, to face yourself, and to begin again. Dev's story is not just his. It belongs to all who carry regret, all who avoid silence, because silence whispers truths they do not want to hear. But transformation begins not by running from mirrors, but by daring to face them. And so the lesson is simple, though not easy. Do not fear the mirror. Fear only a life lived in denial of it. For the mirror is not your enemy. It is the doorway to your freedom.